Okay, just imagine this for a second. You're flat out sprinting on a bridge. Behind you, something you cannot let catch you. But up ahead, it's total chaos. A maze of abandoned cars blocking every inch of the road. And on either side, nothing but a long, long drop to dark water. It feels like a complete nightmare, totally inescapable. So, what would you do? I mean, this is a classic trap, right? Every single instinct in your body is just screaming, run faster, fight harder, or maybe even jump. But one look around tells you none of that is going to work. You're cornered. And that's when the panic starts to creep in. The whole situation just feels completely, totally unwinnable. But what if that feeling is wrong? What if the very things that are making this a trap are actually the keys to getting out of it? It really all boils down to just one question. How do you switch your brain from seeing a dead end to seeing a solution? To pull off that mental switch, we've got to stop seeing the bridge as this terrifying death run and start seeing it for what it really is, a puzzle. Yeah, a puzzle. Just a set of pieces that can be moved around, navigated, and even used to your advantage. So let's break it down. Those cars, they aren't just obstacles, they're cover. The railings, they're not just edges, they give you elevation. The lanes create natural choke points that can control movement. And the water, well, that's just the boundary of the puzzle. See? By just giving these things new labels, you strip away their power to make you panic, and you turn them into simple, neutral variables. This little mental trick is called threat reframing. It's a really simple idea, but it is incredibly powerful when you're under pressure. A car isn't just a blockade, it's a way to hide. A big truck isn't just in your way, it's a ladder to get a better view or to get over the chaos on the ground. Okay, so we've reframed the environment. Now we need a process, a way to actually make a good decision. That raw instinct, the fight or flight response, it's just too clumsy for a puzzle this complicated. We need a tactical toolbox for our mind. And inside that toolbox is a super simple, repeatable cycle. First, you assess. What are the pieces on the board? Cars, railings, space? We just did that. Next, you adapt. Your goal isn't just to run for your life, it's to move from one piece of cover to the next. And finally, you act. You execute that new specific goal with purpose. Assess, adapt, act. Simple. And just look at the difference this makes. Running blindly, you're going to get caught. But moving with cover, that's strategic. Trying to fight everything, you'll just get exhausted. Creating a diversion, now you're misdirecting the threat. A desperate jump is just a final, hopeless gamble. But using elevation is a calculated move to find a brand new path. There's this ancient piece of wisdom that just perfectly nails this whole idea. It's not about finding a path that has no obstacles. It's about realizing the obstacles are the path. The cars, the railings, all that chaos. That becomes the way forward. So now let's see how all this thinking builds into a real, concrete plan. We've done the assessment. We've adapted our mindset. Now it's time to act. It's time to solve the puzzle and actually execute the escape. And here's how it could play out second by second. Time 0, create a diversion. Smash a car window, set off an alarm, pull all the attention over there. 2 seconds in, you're moving, using that line of cars like a screen. 5 seconds in, you hit a total blockage, so you ascend, you climb a truck. And by 8 seconds, you're on the other side because you turned every single obstacle into a step forward. 1. That's all it took. It wasn't about a dozen lucky breaks or some kind of superhuman strength. It took one clear, decisive plan that was built by reframing the problem from an unwinnable sprint into a puzzle you could actually solve. But here's the real takeaway. This was never really about a bridge or zombies. It's a blueprint for how to think when you're under pressure. You can use this for anything, facing an overwhelming project at work, a critical negotiation, or any personal crisis. It's about knowing how to deconstruct the chaos, reframe the obstacles, and find that hidden path forward. So the next time you find yourself facing what feels impossible, just ask yourself, what's the one obstacle you could start seeing as a tool?